It's 10 trivia questions on 3 things that share a common number by listener Ben Merritt. This is Trivia with Buds. What it be, and welcome to another episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. I'm your host, Ryan Buds. Thanks for checking out the show. Today's episode is brought to you by Ben Merritt, who sent me some great questions on the theme of 3 things that share a number. And Ben says, let's change it up a bit. I'm going to give you 3 clues. You're going to tell me which number connects those 3 clues. You really only have to know the answer to 1 clue to get the entire answer correct. But if you know 2 or 3 of them, your confidence will soar. There are some tricky ones in here for some serious trivia buffs and a few easy ones for those that just like to have fun. Let's go. So thank you, Ben. Before we get to your quiz, I want to read to you from a book I just picked up. It's called Why Dogs Eat Poop and Other Useless or Gross Information About the Animal Kingdom. This is written by Francesca Gould and David Haviland. And it came out in, let's see here, what year was this book from? 2010. So it's 11 years old. It's a really cool book. It's like a tall paperback. I don't know how to describe it otherwise. But here's a section that says, why do cats hate water? I've always wondered that myself. As anyone who's ever tried to bathe one will tell you, cats do not like water. The simple reason for this is that their fur is designed not to be soaked. Cat fur has a water-resistant top layer, which can cope fine with a shower of rain. But if the cat gets drenched, its fur can become waterlogged, making it hard to dry. A submerged cat faces a real risk of drowning since a heavy, waterlogged coat makes it very difficult for a furry cat to stay afloat. Cats also struggle to maintain their body temperature if they get soaked. A cat's fur does not dry easily, and all the time its fur is wet, the cat will be losing body heat. So there you go, some facts about why cats hate water. I thought that was interesting, so I read it to you. We're going to jump into 10 questions on 3 things that share a number from Ben Merritt right now. Here we go. All right, these 3 things share a number. Question number 1. We have slide positions on the trombone, periods on the periodic table of elements, and American Kennel Club, the AKC, recognized breed groups. What is the shared number between those 3 things? Slide positions on the trombone, periods on the periodic table of elements, and the recognized breed groups for the AKC, number 1. Question number 2, which number do these 3 things have in common? Muses in Greek mythology, symphonies written by Beethoven, and Stanley Cups won by Coach Scotty Bowman, an NHL record, by the way. Number 2, muses in Greek mythology, symphonies written by Beethoven, and Stanley Cups won by Coach Scotty Bowman. Number 2. Number 3, the answer to these 3 clues is the same number. What is it? Strikes you must bowl to score a perfect game, colors on the color wheel, and Federal Reserve banks in the U.S. Strikes to bowl a perfect game, colors on the color wheel, Federal Reserve banks in the U.S. Number 3. Number 4, see if you can guess which number these clues share. Under the rules of golf, the maximum number of clubs allowed in the bag, number of days in a fortnight, and number of lines in a sonnet. Max amount of clubs in your golf bag, number of days in a fortnight, number of lines in a sonnet. Number 4. Number 5, the number of possible first moves in chess, the number of Beatles' number 1 hits, and a icosahedron, one of the Platonic solids, has this many faces. An icosahedron, one of the Platonic solids, has this many faces. Number of Beatles' number 1 hits, and the number of possible first moves in chess. Number 5. Number 6, here are the clues. Which number connects them all? Ratified amendments to the U.S. Constitution, total years Nelson Mandela spent in prison, and ages of Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, and Amy Winehouse when they died. What were the ages of those rock stars, the total years Nelson Mandela spent in prison, and the ratified amendments to the U.S. Constitution? Number 6. And number 7, the following clues have one number in common. Put on your thinking caps for franchises in Major League Baseball, companies that make up the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and pieces of silver Judas received for betraying Jesus. Number 7, Judas's payoff for betraying Jesus, number of teams in the MLB, and companies that make up the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Number 8. This one's a little trickier. Let's see if you can guess which number is shared by these 3 clues. Spaces on a Monopoly board. Number of thieves in the tale 1001 Nights. And the only number in the English language that can be spelled in alphabetical order. Number 8. Spaces on a Monopoly board. Number of thieves in the tale 1001 Nights. And the only number in the English language that can be spelled in alphabetical order. Number 8. Number 9, what number do these 3 clues have in common? Teeth. An adult dog has. According to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer to the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. And the number no Major League Baseball player can wear, except on April 15th. Number 9, teeth an adult dog has. According to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the answer to the meaning of life, the universe, and everything. And the number no Major League Baseball player can wear, except on April 15th. Number 9. And your last one, number 10, the International Astronomical Union recognizes this many constellations in the northern and southern skies, the number of keys on a piano, and the speed a DeLorean must reach in order to travel through time. Those 3 are sharing what number? Those are all of your questions from Ben Merritt for 3 things that share a number. We'll see if you got those numbers correct in just a sound effect. We are back with the answers to 3 things that share a number. Number 1, we had slide positions on the trombone, periods of the periodic table of elements, and American Kennel Club's recognized breed groups. The answer is 7. 7. Number 2, which number do these 3 things have in common? Muses in Greek mythology, symphonies written by Beethoven, and Stanley Cups won by Scotty Bowman. 9. 9. Number 3 was 12 for strikes in a perfect bowling game, colors on a color wheel, and Federal Reserve banks in the U.S. Number 4 was 14, under the rules of golf, the max amount of clubs in the bag, number of days in a fortnight, and number of lines in a sonnet. Number 5 was 20 for the number of Beatles' number 1 hits. The icosahedron, one of the platonic solids, has that many faces, and the number of possible first moves in chess. Number 6, the 3 clues added up to 27. Ratified amendments to the U.S. Constitution, total years Nelson Mandela spent in prison, and the death year, age of Jim Morrison, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Amy Winehouse, and a ton more. Number 7 was 30. Franchises in Major League Baseball, companies that make up the Dow Jones Industrial Average, and pieces of silver Judas received for betraying Jesus. Number 8 was 40 for spaces on a Monopoly board. Number of thieves in the tale 1001 Nights, and the only number in the English language that can be spelled in alphabetical order. Number 9, what number do these 3 have in common? Teeth an adult dog has. The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy number, and the number that no Major League Baseball player can wear except April 15th, 42. 42. And number 10 was 88, keys on a piano. The Astronomical Union recognizes that many constellations, and the DeLorean speed, miles per hour, 88. And Ben says, before revealing the answers, which I already did, you could say if you're really good and you were paying attention, you probably figured out the answers were in numerical order, starting with 7 and ending with 88. We had a nice build there. So there you have it. A great quiz, again, from Ben Merritt. Thank you, Ben, for sending me those questions. If you have a quiz you want to write up, send them to me. Number them 1 through 10. And any plugs you want to make for yourself or whatever else you do, and I'll be happy to record those for you at some point. Always looking for content for the show. We have a fact of the day for you. The fact is Roman Catholics in Bavaria founded a secret society in 1740 called the Order of the Pug. New members had to wear dog collars and scratch at the door to get in. That sounds pretty weird for Catholics who never do weird stuff, right? All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for telling a friend, and we'll see you next time for more trivia with Buds. Cheers.